Covey?
Yes, aye.
Trustee Young?
Aye.
Trustee Seaton?
Aye.
Roll call has been taken and the exceptions have been noted.
May we have the Pledge of Allegiance? Felicia, would you like to? Place your right hand on your heart and begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I have a presentation for you. This is for an educational purpose.
Mhm.
Gotta flip glasses. Sorry, guys. Okay. This is from Hoopla. This is the company that we do for streaming. And they annually, they give us an update comparing us with other libraries. And so here's what we started off with. In the last 12 months, our library ranked in new patrons globally 902, in the United States 900 or 804, and in California number 75. There are 170-ish public libraries. Not all use Hoopla, but we thought that was pretty good. In terms of our patrons borrowing, globally, we're 761, 692 in the United States, and 62 in California, which points out to me how important it is to our community. In terms of numbers of the borrowers, we have 569, we're 569 globally, 522 in the US, and 41 in California. So while we may have a total of new patrons at 75, overall, our number of borrowers is pretty high. It's pretty darn good. Okay. Oops, that one. Sorry. I'm right. Did I do it wrong? Nope. Okay. I got a blank. There we go. This is kind of a snapshot. We have, in terms of the last 12 to 24 months, 230. That's really hard to read, isn't it? I'm really sorry. New patrons in the last 12 months, 419, which means we're getting the word out. And that's a huge change. It's like, whatever that percent says, 82, whatever. And since our launch, which was in, I think 2016, we have 21, 29. For unique borrowers, again, 920. That's why I need to go over there. I can't read this. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
In the last 12 months, 1,900. And that's a substantial increase as well. And since launch, it's 2,700. Our total internet accessing, or in terms of spending, sorry, it's spending, is we've spent this in the last 12 months, $42,000. We averaged 36,000 over the last 12 to 24 months, which means our circulation has increased. And I will tell you right now, we do get charged for every borrower. It could be 99 cents. It could be, and we put a cap at $2.99, because we just felt that we couldn't afford that. Right now, we're limiting it to 9 borrowers per library card. We could discuss maybe dropping it down one, make it 8. And that's easily enough for something we can change. Account information, the instant spend, and that's what that is, it's what it averages over those periods of time. And then the total instant circulations. And I think that's really important. Last 12 months, over 20,000, almost 21,000 people have done that. And I got to get up and I got to get closer so I can tell you really what I see. I'm sorry. Bye. Okay. Okay, so the last 12 months, you can, this is a bar graph of what our circulation is. So I don't know what happened in May, but look at that, it really jumped.
Wow.
So from June to May, that's, and we understand September school is getting going. And, but yeah, that's a huge, huge jump. We were kind of excited to see. Our library spending, we have everything at $2.99. So if it's under $2.99, they can check out. If it's $3, they're not able to even see it. So that's good. So it's good return of investment. It's a lot of circulation. In our app, the average cost is $2.99 for books, music, and videos, and TV, and graphic novels. It's a deal. Our instant collection, this is the thing that really amazed me. Our ebooks are the most popular, followed by music, our audiobooks, television, comics, and then movies are there as well. So it's something you can access not only through your devices, but through if you've got a smart TV, you can download the app and log in and imagine watching movies that way. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Binge Pass is where they give people an opportunity to check it out once, and during a 7-day period, they can watch however many they want. For example, they have a great courses Binge Pass, which shows our college summer courses and the composers and history and country. You can check out all you want and watch them during that period of time. It counts as only one circulation. They keep track, so we know how many are being used, but against your account, that's only one circulation. They have, and a staff member was really excited about this, the Hallmark movies now. So if you like Hallmark movies, this would be a really great way where you can watch more than one, So very cool. That's very high. We had 56 borrowers on that. They have a magazine Binge Pass, 50 borrowers checked out at Binge Pass, and they did 177.
Wow.
Is that not amazing?
Wow.
Yeah, there's puzzles, comics, gardening, Fancy Nancy, Pokemon. We checked out a total of 237. Their circulations, though, this is what's really interesting, is 1,526. So out of those 237, 1,500 items were viewed. In that,
Wow.
I was so excited. I wanted to share with you.
Okay.
This is what people does for our community. And I think it's super, super important. And this is just another way of seeing what went out. This was May. Orange was television, blue are movies, then fuchsia are ebooks, comics here, the Binge Pass. I think that is a very small number, but they're using it. And then audiobooks. As you can see, our audiobooks are what people are really listening to. And I think the reason for this is because we're listening while we're driving. How easy is that?
Right.
So, and then this was interesting, which shows the popular times that we see the most activity with our account. Our high activity is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Guess what time? 8 to 9. Not surprising. Least, gosh, imagine 3 in the morning. People like
Tuesday, we're not open.
No, this
this
is
is where you can do it on on your TV.
Okay,
Yeah, this is that streaming. So
okay.
no surprises there in terms of use or not use. We thought it was kind of fun.
Okay.
And then this one was just by the month and day. So our busiest day was April 30th. And what's that? March 30th, really, really active days. And some days, not so much. That's okay.
Mm.
You're still using it. So it's a good value for our community. Monthly, these are the new patrons that have been registered the last 2 years. At 60, and they came in, they got their library card, and they immediately, they jumped in on this. See
Okay.
what's out there.
Got
What do we owe that to?
We do, when we give people new cards, we give them a brochure that
Mhm.
talks about all of our different applications.
Mhm.
That's,
And Hoopla is one. We mentioned that it's a screening service and that it's free to them.
Mhm.
We tell them they get 9 per card. And I think that's certainly that and word of mouth.
I just thought maybe there might have been an event.
No, not that.
Okay.
But I appreciate the thought.
Hmm.
This is just kind of a weird one, but it's what devices are being used. Apple devices is just over 50%. Android is at 37%.
Mhm.
Web browsing is 9%, and streaming almost 3%. So people are using their devices
Mhm.
mostly.
Mhm.
And this is by streaming device. This is Roku. So if you have Roku,
Mhm.
you know, it's there. They also have it available through Apple TV.
Mhm.
Okay, so while it's not, it's just interesting to see what people are using and how they're accessing. The first borrower by device, it's pretty much the same. This is global. Apple is 47. For our library, it's 50%,
Mhm.
which is pretty much, you know, in
Mhm.
line.
Mhm.
All of this is pretty much in line. Although web browsing globally is much larger than our web browsing. Our streaming, however, is larger than globally streaming, and the Android about the same. And this is the format borrowed by the patron for the first borrower. We found that ebooks went out second, audiobooks, 42% of that first borrower after audiobooks. Then ebooks, then movies, then comics, music, television, and the Binge Pass were all at 2%. And this is what is globally pretty similar. We're not outliers in terms of how our stuff is being used. We reflect what's pretty much going on. Our instant search, you can see there are a few that have no cost, and some of them go out. But as price goes up a penny to $1.99, those ebooks, those are the thing, and we saw that. The audiobooks are starting to really creep up as we go to $1 to $1.99 and $2 to $2.99. Look at the audiobooks. I mean, it just really jumps. Really, really jumps. Okay. In terms of diversity, what are people checking out? There's religion, governmental health, race. So the things that people are targeting for as well. They have instant world languages. I didn't know this. They have 116 languages for their material. So if you're Spanish, and they can listen to it in Spanish, or Swedish, or French, or Danish, or German. Our children served. What we see, our adults are using it more than kids are, and that's okay. But here's the thing: there are 446,000 titles available for children, of which ours are 896. We don't have a lot of kids checking out. That's okay, it's there. They are watching, they are using, and that's what we want. In terms of spending, 90% is adults. So obviously the bulk of what we spend is for adults. 10% of. And then bonus borrows or instant borrows just shows us our all-time. We've actually saved by people using that over $3,800. 2002.
Chunk of change.
It is. You can see the return of investment.
Mhm.
Uh, okay. We've had 10,000 instant borrowers. We've got 1,800 that have been borrowed. Some people are checking something out, it gets returned, or you check it on again. Most of it is based on that single circulation, and the average cost is $1.94. Let's come back. Sorry. These are the top 10 circulating instant choices available. And in case you don't know, this is on the New York Times bestsellers list, as is this one. And of course, of Silver Flames. There's that great quote again. So our people are also using it to further their knowledge.
Mhm.
They're entertaining themselves, and also furthering their knowledge.
Mm.
We also have comics and manga, and no surprise there. The largest circulation for that are young adults, 44%, 33 children, and adult at 23%. And word cloud, what are people searching for? You're looking for Pokemon, or romance, or National Geographic Kids. God's Handmaid, Miss Morgan's Book Brigade, Stephen King. So it's just kind of neat to see all the different things people are looking for. This helps us when we're looking at build our own collection. See, people are looking for the tool. Overall, the value in our community, we've saved $405,000 since we began using in terms of cost, if we had bought that material. So it's just remarkable. And I've seen other annual reports from them, and I'll be really honest, I've never seen one like this. I found this very helpful to me. Now, here's the sad thing. Right now, we say you can check out 9. We have had to block that. If checked out 9, they can't go to 10. So last month, we had to tell 44 people they had already hit their limit. I know, hate doing that, but we have to do it because there's a cost associated with the purchase or with the checkout. So I was saddened about that. There are, families where you get cards. That doubles your ability of having to count, but you double your ability to continue checking out. There are ways around. And thank you. Showing how people is affecting our community.
Wow.
Thank you. Yeah, pretty awesome. And that's all free to them.
Very. That is amazing.
Once they reach
Absolutely amazing.
cutoff point, what
I wanna
happens
get one of
then?
those
Do a
handouts so that they
recycle or
They'll be
re
told they
Of
have to wait
everything
till
that's
next month.
available.
next month? Okay.
Yeah, and then it
See?
Ah,
clears and they can.
yeah, they can
think
do it
that's on
again.
the-
Okay.
Having no public in,
I do have I didn't bring it with me. I apologize. A couple of things. I received a letter or a card from the Hemet Art Association thanking us, the library, for the use of the second floor for the evening at art. They were very complimentary about my staff, but they love Frank. Everyone loves Frank, and what's not to love?
okay.
But how helpful he was, how helpful I was. They had a very successful event And they expressed their gratitude.
That's nice that they let you know.
Yes. And okay,
Did you have a card?
that was the card I left on my
Oh,
desk.
okay,
So I'm just going to tell it to you verbally.
okay.
And then do you want to talk about this communication? This is for Gail. Okay. We received word last week that trustee Gail Peterson's husband passed away. We do have a card that we will be sending her and a remembrance. We just want her to know that we understand and that when she's ready, she'll be back. And I know she'll stay with us. The other thing I wanted to mention in terms of communication, at the two city council meetings ago, they did a work study and interviewed 3 people for our board replacements. And I'm very pleased to announce that Trustee Peterson and Trustee Covey have been reappointed to the board. And what is terrific is that we won't have any break in continuity because they did it before the 30th. So you are a full and complete board. Okay? Okay.
Okay. We're on to the consent calendar. I would make a motion that for the approval of the minutes
In entirety?
in its entirety.
We have a roll call vote.
Don't have a second.
Oh.
I second that motion.
It has been moved by Trustee Covey and seconded by Trustee Young that you accept the consent calendar in its entirety. So we'll do a roll call. Trustee Covey,
Yes.
Trustee Seaton,
Yes.
and Trustee Young.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Your roll has been taken and this has been passed 3-0.
Thank you for your hard work.
Only I can get it right. We'll work on it.
All right. Moving on to new business.
Yes. In front of you is a flyer for this Sunday. There is an event. It's a summer kickoff. It'll be held at and around the library in the parking lot for just welcome summer. It's from 11 to 5. I will be there along with, I have coerced a couple of volunteers to join me. And we're going to be giving out books to adults and children. It's a free event. There will be a food court. You have to pay for food. So, but a dunk tank, all kinds of really fun activities. And we are hoping this will be the first of many in the future. Okay, and then at the last meeting, you asked that I put on the agenda to cancel the July 18th, 2024 Library Board of Trustees meetings due to vacations. So here it is. You guys need to make a decision.
I would like to make a motion that we cancel the library board meeting of July 18th.
I second.
Roll call vote, please. Trustee Covey,
Yes.
Trustee Seaton,
Yes.
Trustee Young.
Yes.
All right, that has passed unanimously. Thank you.
Unfinished.
Well, today is June 20th. June 20th is the first day of summer and the second day of our summer reading program. I meant to get a count for how many people have registered. Last week, we opened it up at the beginning of June. And as of last week, we had at least 54 had already signed up. I know, that's exciting. They use Beanstack. When they come in for their first and we give them a bag of goodies. And then after they've read, I think it's 300 minutes, they come in for bag number 2. Then after they've read another 300 minutes for a total of 600 minutes, they come in for bag number 3, which I'm not telling you because it's secret.
So what are the ages?
Oh, thank you. 3 to 18. And so, yeah, we'll have things out for, we'll continue with the passive programming. Every Wednesday at 3, we will have a family story time. Yesterday's was held at the Juneteenth event, led by Councilmember Malcolm Lilienthal. And next week, it's that ice cream. And we're going to try something different with that. And then on Fridays at 2, we'll be doing a craft or some sort of activity. Could be games. I bought a whole bunch of Legos that we could have fun with that in games. And so just a chance to come in and just cool off and, do something different. Be crafts, all kinds of stuff. So we're very excited about that. And as part of our setup for this, I spoke to 2 different schools, elementary schools. I did a TK and a kindergarten at McSweeney. I also did open house at Hemet Elementary and talked to I don't know how many people in an hour, but pushing the importance of the summer reading. So hopefully we'll be seeing some, and we're partnering with Diamond Valley Middle School. They are doing a reading program throughout the district, and part of it is to come and play with us too. So we'll see how that goes. And that's our new business. Our old business, sorry. No, unfinished.
Yeah.
Next, budget update. Due to some dramatic changes in our insurance, our city's insurance, we had to make some severe cuts in other departments. Library, I had put in for 2 additional staff members so I can open on Tuesday, and they cut both. However, we have a really wonderful advocate. We have several wonderful advocates, all of them actually. Councilmember Krupa said, no, that needs to go back in, figure it out. It was seconded by the mayor. And so they voted on it and approved to put that position back in and figure it out. So we will be getting another full-time librarian position, which will help position us to be able to open on Tuesday.
Wonderful.
Yes. It may be a kind of a hybrid mix of open access, like in the morning and in the afternoon, open the doors. So I'm really excited. I've started the process to begin the recruitment. That'll probably be in August. We get something rolling on that. And so I'm kind of targeting in my head when school starts. I'm excited. 2009. I can't count that. It's been 15. Yeah. So I appreciate the fact the council was receptive and sees the value of what the library has to offer our community.
Kathy, be sure and let us know.
Of course.
So that we can decide also to open the shop.
Sure.
And get staff for that.
Sounds like a plan. The elevator update. If you haven't been into the library, you'll see that half the lobby is blocked off because they're working on the elevator. Monday, they were fishing cable through, and they've been doing soldering and doing stuff. It's just really exciting. So things are happening. And at the same time, they are also working on the elevator at the Simpson Center. So they work over there, then they work over here and trade off, trying to get them both to the same place. Whoops, same place. So that, yeah. So that's exciting. And the last thing I have to tell you, and I hope this will be the next to the last update on our firewall. Our firewall is scheduled to be installed because everything's sitting in my office. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I may need to close the library if they haven't finished by Tuesday, due to finishing, because our firewall is what affects everything on our public side. So if it's not finished with configuration, I can't have computers up. They can't do the self-checks. They can't use the kiosk. There's a lot of they can'ts. And so I may have to close that day, but at this point, I'm hoping not.
Well, just let us
I will
know.
let you
Yeah.
know, 100%.
Can we do that over the phone?
I will send an email. Just do not, do not respond as a group. Okay. Okay. Because that's a Brown Act violation.
yeah.
So,
I remember.
yeah. I'm hoping that maybe in September, to get the attorneys here or to do a virtual, just review what the Brown Act is and how it affects us and how careful we have to be. Yeah,
Very
there should be training every year, and just kind of getting things together hasn't worked to the best. So the city attorney has said that he'll either come here or do it virtually. So we might do a work study with that and then go into a meeting. Okay? Okay. And that's what I have for unfinished business.
To trustees reports. And I just have one thing I want to share with you. I got this in the mail. Yeah. And I didn't know if we had one. It lists all of the schools in,
It's on their website. And I think I've seen one out on our table. But thank you. Yeah.
so I don't know if it was, it was in with something else, but so anyway, it's quite nice. And I just wanted to bring that attention. And that's all I have.
I don't really have anything to mention.
We've already spoken about Trustee Peterson.
Mhm.
And well, I'm pleased to say yesterday was the first annual Juneteenth put on by Black Voices of the Valley, and it turned out very nicely. We had a nice crowd that came out to celebrate Juneteenth, and also Malcolm was there. He was able to read to the little ones. And it was just exciting to see them all sit there on the grass and listen to him talk about Black history, reading the books to them that was brought over from Kathy from the library. So it was a real nice event, no problems. Everybody really enjoyed themselves. And looking forward to having the next one, because they asked, "Oh, is this your first one?" Like, yes, this is the first one. So, like I said, it turned out very well, and hopefully next year it'll be even better. Yes.
Very nice.
Yes. Okay.
It was a great place
To have it.
to have it.
Right.
But also it was a good, since it was so well received, and
Right.
that helps a lot too. It's like
Yes.
it can only get bigger and better.
Where was it at?
At Mary Helen Park, right there on Johnson and Kirby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
and the
yes.
mayor, he came out, he spoke first and did the proclamation and everything. So it was nice.
Good.
Yes.
It's just too bad we don't have a newspaper to advertise.
I know.
Yeah,
Like
I
that.
know, yeah. But they did the best they could with social media, the chat magazine, so,
Had a good
word of
crowd.
mouth. Yeah.
Good.
So, like I said, for what it was worth, the first one went well.
Did you have a street banner?
they had little signs out by the street, so people could.
Beautiful. The
Yeah.
sights were gorgeous.
Yeah, they had that, and being in the park, people could see you as they're passing by, like, oh, what's going on over there?
Very
So,
open.
right, yeah, so it was a good location, so a lot of people that wasn't aware of it still stopped because they seen the attraction that was coming in, and people that regularly go to the park, So, yeah,
I'm glad to hear that.
yes, so.
Maybe next year you could think about a street banner across
Yeah.
Florida,
Yeah.
because that really
That would
gets
grab
everybody's
their-
Right,
attention.
exactly. Yeah, well, more, that it's up to the city and take some planning to do, because even with this event, the coordination, it took, a lot to plan with the city
Yeah.
to be able to
Get
get there.
I
Yeah.
think it'd be something really easy to do.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
not
But-
But
really.
it's not. No, it's not. A lot of red tape, a lot of, because the only little hiccup we had, the fire extinguishers. You had to have up-to-date fire extinguishers, so we had to go out and purchase a few because in
You
case
have to have it.
you have to have it.
Uh-huh.
And you wouldn't think so, but you do when you're having an event like that.
Yeah.
And, because you have vendors that have machines, food vendors, just in case a fire break out. We had paramedics there. The police department, staff was there. So like I said, in case anything happened, you have a fire extinguisher located in every section of the park. Yeah. Yeah, so that was my report.
It's a wonderful report. I want to let everyone know that the last Friday of June, July, and August at Mary Henley Park, there will be movies at the park. And the first movie is going to be Wonka. It's free. It's a community event. There'll be vendors there, and it's a really nice way. Wonka.
The
Wonka.
first movie.
Oh, okay.
He's in the park
Yeah, oh,
for the
That's-
kids and stuff. Yeah, families, yeah.
Bring a chair, bring a blanket,
Yes.
come out and enjoy your neighbors
Right,
and it's a good time. So that's coming this Sunday, as I mentioned, is the summer event. If you're out and about, please stop by and visit. Love to see you. I've talked about summer reading. I want to thank you for your generosity and graciousness about last month. I was on a jury, and it was a tough thing to have to do. We did finish, and we'll talk offline if you want to know the details. But that is why we had to cancel last month, because I wasn't here and Letitia didn't feel confident to come over and do this. So we'll try and get her over and build her confidence as well.
Tell her we don't bite.
She knows that. Okay.
When does movies in the park start?
At dusk. Yeah. People start gathering about 6 o'clock, and dusk is about 7:45. Parking is challenging
Yes.
there. A lot of neighborhood parking, because you can never plan enough when you're building
Right.
enough parking places.
Yes.
And so, but you can bring chairs or blankets or,
oh, I thought you wrote the name down. Yeah. Movies. I'll just write in movies at the park.
and so, it's very exciting what's happening in our community.
Yeah.
It's really, the community feeling is terrific. And today the city, had an employee recognition
Oh,
luncheon. We had In and Out here in Kona Ice and had a chance to visit with people you don't see because, we're all in our little,
Yeah.
Cubbyholes.
yeah. So, our city cares and our council cares. And, they've always cared, but in ways that now are very visible,
Maybe trying to show it now.
very much so. So we're appreciative of that. Okay. I think that's the end of mine.
Uh, Hemet Unified School District is not here, so we'll move on to the Friends. And as I mentioned, we did have to cancel the book sale that we had planned in July. And we will just, and also the bookshop is now open 10 to 3, one shift rather than 2 shifts. No, just 10 to 3, I believe. I believe it is. Is that right?
And you're bringing in about the same amount of money.
Go figure.
And, so it's okay.
Yeah, so due to staff shortages, there just isn't people that we were able to count on to work.
I will have on Sunday's event, I will have applications for the Friends. So, I will have those out and see if I can do that. And because there is no book sale, I can now move our end of summer carnival, which is July 27th, upstairs. So there is a little bright spot.
Yes. And tomorrow, I will take a few minutes and I'll show you where the boxes are that
Okay,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
I think, yeah. that Kathy wants to give away next Sunday. She might need help with that.
I know I'm going to, but I've already got it figured out. So I got this. Thank you.
I'll find out what hours you are and I can maybe come help.
Anytime you'd like.
Uh-huh.
I'll be there all day.
All day. I think it says 11 to 5, right?
Yeah, I'll be there
Uh-huh.
from 10. Close it up.
What would they do without you?
We don't want to think about that.
They'll survive. They'll figure it out.
This is, it says on Harvard, is that piece that they do the farmer's market on?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's there. It'll be in the parking lot
Okay.
behind the library. It'll be in the parking lot directly behind,
Mhm.
across from the Simpson Center. It'll be in the library garden that's what I didn't mention. And in the children's patio.
Very nice.
That's something I didn't mention. I want you all to know. And I'm sorry. At this next city council meeting, next Tuesday's meeting, we are bringing a proposal to council to accept a donation of $41,000 from the Friends so we can put up shade structure on the west side of the library to help make that a more welcoming and comfortable place to be. So we can see the difference it makes over here on this side. So I just wanted you to know, should it pass, should it pass, I will send you all probably Wednesday morning a text or an email letting you know that we have moved forward.
Do we have any more news about the solar panels going in the parking lot?
Great question. I've done the first quarter report, and the second quarter report will be due, well, it finishes the 30th of this month. This is a public works project. We have a capital improvement project number for it. I brought this up to the city engineer, the public works director, and we need to sit down and talk and see, what have they done to begin that planning? Because I need to know so I can, turn in a report.
Future agenda items.
Yes, I would like to have a review of the internet policy review. I'd like to add that in.
You need to, and that's in the form of a motion.
Yes.
Review of what now?
Review of the internet policy.
For the library?
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh.
I'll second that.
Mhm.
Roll call vote. Hold on. Trustee Covey,
Yes.
trustee Seaton,
Yes.
trustee Plum.
Yes.
And that passes 3-0, and I'd like to thank you for that. I will have something for you, I believe, in August.
Having no other business on the agenda, I close this meeting and we will see everyone back here August the 15th at 2:00. Sounds good.